it's Jess. This is my vlog for today. Hi. Today I actually went to school. Go me. But it wasn't a smooth, magical journey. I actually started crying today in class. We had an unexpected kanji test, and even though the teacher was telling me that it wasn't really an important kanji test and that I shouldn't get worked up about it, I still managed to get worked up about it. I couldn't understand any of the kanji that were on the test, except for the reading ones. To be honest, like half of those I guessed, or just like used logic to figure it out rather than actually knowing what the kanji were. And I got really worked up and I just started crying, and I was crying for a solid 10 minutes. It was ridiculous. And the teacher is like this really kind of oji-chan, which means just like an older dude, and he was just like, I don't know how to deal with this, so he just sort of started laughing at me, and then I just started crying more, and he was like, yeah, kanji's hard, right? And I'm like, yeah, but it shouldn't be this hard. Why am I so stupid? Why can't I understand these goddamn kanji? I wish I was Chinese. Like, I was so upset about the whole thing. I'm fine about it now. Like, I've come to the realization that I'm not going to get any better just by wishing to get better, and I'm going to have to put in the extra effort because I'm an idiot, basically, when it comes to kanji. Like, I've always known this about myself. Like, I've been studying Japanese for 6 years now. I should be able to freaking read the kyoiku kanji, but I can't. I know more than I did, but it's just taking me a lot longer to learn them, so I'm gonna have to put in that extra effort. I decided to come to this school. I decided that I was going to study for 6 months, and I decided that I wanted to get better at Japanese. I decided that I wanted to get more than just to Nichijou Kaiwa level. So I have to put in the extra effort, and if that means that I have to do more studying than everybody else, then that's just what I'm gonna do. To that end, I decided to go shopping today. Yay, shopping! Not fun shopping though. I went shopping for a book to help me with my kanji. Where do you think I went? Not Shibuya. I love Shibuya, but Shibuya is not the place for buying books. First I went to Ikebukuro. Ikebukuro is like my second favorite town in Tokyo after Shibuya, just because I went there with Alfie, so every time I go there it reminds me of the weekend that we spent together in Tokyo, and also because Ikebukuro just means like pond and owls, or carry bags, but let's go with owls. There's like these little cute owls everywhere all around the town. There's like statues, and there's like hedges of like owls singing choir, and it's just really nice. It's also a really easy city to navigate around. The train station is kind of the central part, and then all the shops are around the train station, so you don't have to get lost trying to find your way around everywhere like you do in other places. I'm talking about Shinjuku. However, Ikebukuro did not have my book, so I had to go to the dreaded town, the town that I hate more than any other town in Japan. I had to go to Shinjuku. Why do I hate Shinjuku? Well, I have many reasons, but I will tell you my top 3 reasons why I don't like Shinjuku. Number 1, the train station. The train station is split up into like 3 or 4 parts, and there's a shopping centre built in to parts of the train station, but not all of the train station. And it's really difficult to find your way around to get to the exit or the entrance that you need to be at in Shinjuku. I don't know why. It just really is super difficult, and I hate it so much. The second reason is that it is just so busy, and at night time, because it's kind of like a drinking city, there's always these people just pestering you outside on the street being like, come on, let's go to my bar, you're a pretty girl, I'll give you a discount, oh, ladies drink free until 10 p.m. and they can be like really aggressive and really like determined to get you into their bar, and it's really hard to like say no. I've seen like women being harassed by these people, and I've just gone, this is my friend, I'm gonna save this person, before, because it's just really, it's super intense. Like, oh, I don't like it. And the third reason I'm going to tell you about is not really Shinjuku's fault, but I'm going to blame it on Shinjuku anyway, and that is the Saikyo-sen, which is one of the busiest train lines in Tokyo. Because the terminal stop is Shinjuku, that's why I'm blaming Shinjuku. Now this train, doesn't matter what day it is, doesn't matter what time it is, it could be Sunday morning. This train is jam-packed with people. Every time I've ridden it, I've never gotten a seat. I've never even gotten like personal space. I've been squashed up against a bunch of smelly old businessmen or drunk people, or like a woman who doesn't realize that she has knives instead of elbows. And I've had to endure this all the way to North Tokyo where I live. And I just hate it so much. Like, there were times where I was like, I don't want to ride this train, I'm just gonna stay at home today. I can't deal with it today. That's how much I hated this train. But I had to go there because they didn't have my book in Ikebukuro, and they didn't have it in Itabashi, which is another place I went to. But I did manage to get my book! Yay! But not without some trouble. So as I was riding the subway, because I was not going to ride that Saikyo line, as I was riding the subway, I had a map up for the bookstore. I'd been there with my friends before, so I thought I knew where it was. I did not know where it was. Anyway, so I had the map out, and I put in the bookstore that I wanted to go to, and then I put the phone in my pocket, and I just got jostled around for a while. My phone goes, let's get off the stop here, and I'm like, okay, let's get off. I get off at East Shinjuku, and I follow my map. I don't check the map, I'm just following my map in the rain, because it's raining in Shinjuku, because of course it's raining in Shinjuku. I hate you too, Shinjuku. And then I get there and I look around and I'm like, this is not a bookshop, this is not anything. There was no people, there was no cars, there was no shops, there was no buses, there was nothing. It was just me in the middle of a building site, looking around in the rain, being like, why me? Anyway, what it turned out had happened is that my phone had, whilst it was in my pocket, just deleted that I'd looked for a bookstore and had just sent me to Shinjuku. And according to my iPhone, Shinjuku is this place in the middle of freaking nowhere. So I decided to like just get over it, and I was going to just research the bookstore again and just walk there. But then it turned out that it was like a 20-minute walk in the rain. Or I could get a bus, but the bus was like after like 25 minutes. So it was actually quicker for me to walk, so that's what I did. I walked in the rain 20 minutes to get to the bookstore. To get to the bookstore, sorry, from the middle of nowhere that was Shinjuku. I'll put Google Maps to show you the Shinjuku that I was sent to by my phone. Anyway, finally made it to the bookstore. This bookstore is a favorite of foreigners in Tokyo, by the way, because they have one of the largest, I wanted to say gaijin books. They have one of the largest selections of English books written in English. They're a little bit hiked up for price because they're an imported luxury here in Japan, but they have novels, they have manga in English, and they also have like non-fiction. They also have like an entire floor almost dedicated to Japanese study, which is why I went there, because I was looking for a kanji book, because I can't just learn kanji out of thin air. So I went and bought myself a book. The book did I buy? I hear you cry. I bought this book. Dun, 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 dun. So this is called Kanji Master N2, and I hear a lot of recommendations for this book online, but I've never been able to find it until today. It also turns out, incidentally, that this is the book that my school uses. So instead of carrying a bunch of like printed off papers, I can now have a book and the extra study in here than the sheets that they give us, like a bunch of tests and like checks and like comparing similar looking kanjis and stuff like that. You know, crutches to help me because I'm an idiot. And I also bought the Level Up one as well because it was such a pain in the butt to find this book. I was like, I am getting them both because I have found them. So yay, so I had to carry these around. Yay! Books, books. I also love the colours, like it's so pink. Whoops, and this one's orange. I also bought this book from a secondhand bookstore. It's the Mysterious Disappearance of Suzumiya Haruhi, which I think is the first of the Haruhi ones. I did watch the anime when it was popular, but I'm gonna have a go on reading this. I'll let you know how I'm finding it in the next couple of vlogs. That's all. No, that's not all. I wanted to tell you about this store that I visited because I went to Ikebukuro. I went to Ikebukuro looking for a book, but I also gave up on looking for the book because it was not in Ikebukuro. So I went to one of my favourite stores. I went to GU. GU is written in English, letter for G and the letter for U, but it's also like a play on words because it also means freedom in Japanese, like GU. And it's a sister store of Uniqlo. I know a lot of countries have Uniqlo now. I think we've even got Uniqlo in the UK these days. But it's a little bit trendier, it's a little bit more fashion conscious, and it's a little bit cheaper. They also do collaborations, which I love because they do Sailor Moon collaborations, and I am a hardcore Moon Pride fan. So I think we call ourselves Moonies these days, but meh, whatever. This was the latest purchase that I made quite a while ago when they did their third collaboration. It's like a wine red bag with the compact on it, and I've also got the Sailor Mars charm. Little known fact, my favourite Sailor Scout is actually Sailor Venus, but because her theme colours are orange and I don't really own anything orange except for that kanji book, I went with Sailor Mars because she's my second favourite. And the last thing would be the advent calendar of the day, which is 11, legs 11 if you're playing bingo. Here it is. We're continuing the go around the outside, around the outside, around the outside. Don't sue me, Eminem. And it's a little star. Dun 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 dun. Japanese word of the day, hoshi. Means star, also means I want. Hoshi ga hoshi. That's a joke. Alright, that's all for today. I will see you tomorrow.